to Cuyahoga Sound Podcast, everybody.
There's recording.
We didn't lose you yet.
Yeah.
I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Today we have another East Side band, Myth and Company.
Yes.
We got
Myth and
two-thirds of Myth and Company
Yes.
with us.
I am Nick, and this is
I'm Cody.
Cody.
Cool. What do you guys do in the band?
So, I am bassist and vocalist. Do a lot of the writing with it. It's kind of a cool way we develop all that. Cody, the
The
man.
guitar. Yeah, I play the guitar. I jump a lot. I do a lot of acrobatic stuff.
That's fun.
And the guy, MIA, Mr. Matthew Heckman, he's on the IR right now. He had a little surgery that he had to go through. So he's recovering. He's doing well, though. And we're
Yes.
getting ready to start jamming and rocking. We got a couple cool new things written out, ready to release, and some shows lined up, and doing the merch stuff. Got all kinds of new stuff happening. So it's like great timing.
Sweet.
Nice.
Stuff to
Got the fun stickers.
We got
Yeah.
we got a sticker
Yeah,
that you
the-
struggle
the
with.
struggle stick.
There is a
Yes.
It makes
Test
it more
your
worth
might.
it, though.
You
You
just
know, like,
realize this how well it will adhere.
yeah. It,
I guess. I was kind of done with it, but then, like, I can't leave it that unfinished.
That's right. It's like a Sudoku when you like get like 3/4 of the way through it and you're like, fuck, I'll come back, I'll finish this.
I usually bail.
Yeah.
I bail.
Man, no,
I bail.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
put a big
guilty.
X through it. I don't feel like doing all that erasing. Let's just start a new one.
I put the wrong number somewhere.
Oh, that's the worst, man. When you're like, I got it, and you get there and you're like, I fucked up somewhere.
I got bored of those, and I found another like number crossword called Kakuro. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh.
It's like it's also known as cross sums.
Cross sums.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
same concept as you can't like repeat a number 1 through 9 in vertically or horizontally, but each column and row has a little number at the end. This is what these numbers have to add up to.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
We
that
used to do
sounds-
the 24 game when I was in like middle school.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember the
that.
24 game? They
I
had
remember
like
24 tournaments in
so
like, 4th grade.
I
yeah.
made it to like the state like championship for that, but they changed the rules like because they made it you had to touch it with 2 fingers because I was like violent. And I was, like,
Well, I don't know,
This
what was
game
it,
was like they
24?
give you numbers, right?
there's 4 numbers on a card. It's a card with 4 single-digit numbers, and you need to use all the numbers somehow to make to equal 24.
Okay, so like
So-
adding multiplication, addition.
Yeah, if you have like 3 2s and a 4, you can be like 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 times 4 is 24.
Okay.
Like so, but like when you have this, they flip the card out when they have the solution. You have to touch it, like in the
First
beginning.
person to touch it, like in Slapjack. Like,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like I would come out there and just start swinging.
So like people were afraid to touch it because
Yeah,
you,
'cause
they
I-
break
like
you
if-
break their finger.
Yeah, like if
Yeah,
I
they
saw
hit
them
it,
going,
You're like, I don't know if I know this or not, but I'm breaking your
if I
hand.
just hit their hand, I got time to think.
I like tapped it and like got out of there as quick as I could because I knew that hammer was coming.
Did you have to face each other in the finals?
Nah,
No, we were different eras. 3-4 years older than me or something.
34 or something like that. 34 years older.
34 years older. All right.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Old enough. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm 41 right now, almost 42.
Oh, all right.
So
Cool.
you know, I
My
shaved off the grays.
It's 23rd.
today.
No, 26. All right. My birthday's in less than a month. I'll be 37.
There you go.
Nice.
We're closer than I
Hats
thought.
off.
Yeah, we're catching up.
We're farther away than I thought.
Well, what the fuck? Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah, man. We thought you were way younger than that. Oh, you're old. No, it's just-
We're out of here.
oh man. No, I'm 35. You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
4 of
just-
them.
That just makes you old.
Yeah.
You end up
It
with kids,
weathers
and all of
your
a sudden,
soul.
yeah, just like they just try to amplify your aging.
Yeah.
I have
You
one.
don't understand. You're old. No, I do understand.
I'm
Not that
32.
old. Yeah, I'm not that old.
Cherish it, man.
Yes.
Cherish it.
I feel old. My body feels old.
That happens.
I'm a little nervous to hit the 40 mark. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, the 40 mark. Like, dude, that's
That's a milestone.
not a lot of people make it to 80. So you're literally hitting the halfway point. That's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it, man.
I mean, like, yeah.
I'm well aware, man.
It's just the ride down.
And then and
right.
then you think about it, it's like, shit, what did I accomplish in these first 40 years? Oh shit, I gotta make sure I at least double that in the second 40.
Yeah, I'm definitely like halfway. Probably all the men in my family died like 60 or younger, so it's like I'm
Oh, so
halfway.
you're on the way down too.
Yeah.
The kid's almost done here too.
This is a great pick-me-up podcast.
Yeah, we're
Let's go
totally
back
We're
to-
tired.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll get better.
Let's get back to the music.
We're not going to talk about libraries and getting old.
Yeah, that's like, they're like, what the fuck?
I don't know why our viewership isn't picking up.
I see you got this. What's this Smurf rock and roll?
All right, that's a bass drum head from my first drum set when I was little. I was like
Nice.
4 or something like
That's
that.
about 45 years ago.
It was like a Smurf kid.
He was
Somewhere-
just,
it
he
actually-
was
you know
just
what? I
talking
think it's-
today before you got here about how there's too many distracting things on the wall that the guests are looking at.
I never sit over on that side, and Evan and I were like having a discussion, so I sat over there rather than next to him like we normally are. Felt kind of weird with just the two of us. And I got over there, and I was like just totally distracted by all this stuff over there. So I apologize
like
for
it.
that.
I think it's good.
I'm gonna have to put
Creates
like
an
a-
atmosphere.
Gushers, that's where it's at, dude.
I'm gonna have to put a divider up there
I
or
like
something.
it. No, you gotta get more up there.
I mean, damn, if I was sitting on your side, I'd be distracted by all these gorgeous guitars.
Oh, we're bored of them.
I got an empty spot though. I need a Strat.
Yeah.
So.
I need a Telly. That's where I had a Telly. I had a 78 that I sold just this year. It was like mint condition. I didn't like the neck on it, so I was like, all right, what do I want to do? So I never owned like an actual Les Paul before, so I'm like, all right, I have like a copy Les Paul called a Vogue.
Okay.
It's like some Japanese model that like they made probably for like a week or two. Set the name on there and
Right.
some shop, and it plays nice and stuff, but like I need to get a fret job done on it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to really do that, so I bought another Les Paul. So thing rocks,
Yeah, I love the Gibson stuff. I bought
Yeah.
the Telecaster that's over there. I
That thing is sick. The Rosewood.
I was planning on flipping it, and then I got it, and I like literally that's the only out of all the gear that I
Beatles.
have. I
It's the
went.
Beatles, baby.
I went to my wife and I'm like, I'm not allowed to sell this. So just I'm telling you,
Don't
so
let
you
me.
know, do not let me sell this.
It's insane.
Ah.
Like I was like, that's a thick fucking guitar.
Is it heavy?
It's not.
No?
It's
No?
not, and the neck feels like it's
Sick.
got a Gibson type neck. Like it's got that feel.
I'll have
It's
to
nice
touch
and
it.
quick on it.
I
want to touch it.
I'll bring it over since we're talking about it. We got people watching.
Yeah, no, that's
Completely out of the loop.
definitely nice. That's a nice piece of wood.
The Telecaster is my favorite sounding guitar. Check it out. Oh my god, this thing's light as heck. What is it, like 6 pounds?
It's a little more than that, but it's a chambered body.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see like the little wedge of maple that's in between.
I saw
like,
that. Yeah. I thought it was just a line, like a, I don't know, whatever, ivory lining or something like that around it, but
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I like
It's
that.
the George Harrison model. I bought it literally because I wanted airline miles, and I was running out of time to spend like the $3,000 in order to get all my
to get the
airline
extra
miles.
5%.
Yeah, like so, like I so
yeah,
I bought
that's
it with plans of selling it, and I'm like, all right, I'll get my money back and be all cool, and that plan failed horribly.
So, what are you selling it for? No, I'm just. After you just got done, I can't
$1
sell it.
million.
$1 million.
Well, you've only got 40 more years before you.
Before I croak.
For the estate
Better think
sells
about
it.
selling that thing.
Who's
So-
taking over your estate?
So if y'all, I think you saw it, but yeah, it's Rosewood George Harrison Telecaster. That thing's killer.
I love the SG too. I bought SG Special this year as well.
Okay, with the P90s in it.
P90s,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Wraparound
sweet.
bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It has binding and everything, so
Yeah.
it's like nicer,
right. Is it
it's,
still the dot inlays on those ones?
yeah.
It's dots, but it's got
Dots
the
with the
binding.
binding, yeah.
Yeah. Those are so cool.
Yeah, I love it, dude. It's like total Pete Townsend. Like I play a high watt a lot of times,
Okay.
so it's like.
Tony Iommi
Yeah.
was using those too. You know,
Yeah,
all the
I
Savage
know,
stuff.
dude. It's heavy. I mean, not heavy weight, but like the sound, the P90 sound is like it hits you. It's good.
Yeah.
It's crisp. you could get a lot of clarity and dialing down your tones and stuff and your volumes.
That's like the one thing I've always really enjoyed about Cody playing guitar is like his tone. He's just like, it's his tone.
His tone.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing when I was listening to you guys. Like,
Right
I
on.
got to ask him how he gets that tone.
It's
A lot
sort
of it
soul.
on a lot of it's I record with the high watt. It does clean, it does dirty good, it does everything good for me. So it's like really a lot of times it's what color I want to use for like to shade the song in with the guitar. So it's like does a Strat sound good for this, or does the Paul Reed Smith sound good for that, or whatever. But the high watt is like my glue for the most part.
What model is it?
It's a DR504.
Okay.
So it's from the 80s. It's from 1981, and it's built in the original factory because I think 81 they opened up a second factory, so that they were putting out lower quality shit from that factory. But in the main factory they
So
were
it's Cincinnati?
No, that's UK.
Oh, it wasn't okay.
The Cincinnati is Reeves.
That's what I
the
was thinking.
clone.
Okay,
I bought a Reeves, a 6-watt combo, and it's just the thing is it's like a high watt. It sounds like a little 6-watt.
That's
high watt.
cool.
So they make them in Cincinnati though. They make high watt clones.
Yeah.
And Johnny Highland plays them, and a lot of Nashville people play them. They're real good clean amps and stuff. So
Yeah. My buddy Mike Bestel, he had one for a little bit. Now he plays in like a 60s band doing beach tunes, stuff like
Okay.
that. It's a fun one to fill in on, man.
Yeah.
It's like a
Beach
change of
music's
pace,
sweet.
you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's,
Oh,
summer
like
of
surfer
65.
kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Or-
and stuff like that, and then a little bit of the Beatles type stuff. But it's
Okay.
all like that stretch from say 58 to 65.
Yeah.
Summer 65 is the band.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's,
so
I would probably love
check them out.
that.
It's a cool one for me to switch it up because I'm used to playing heavy stuff, and then having to tone it down and focus more on just keeping that pocket
Good
there.
pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Pocket's crucial.
I listen to a lot of old 50s, 60s music, so I would probably dig that band.
Yeah, they're very cool.
What was it?
Summer of '65.
65. All right. Write it down.
So
Check
write it
back
down.
in. Write it down.
Cool. Let's get back into the bands. What you guys, where'd you guys all come from? How'd you get together?
So it's really cool. This great guy, John JD, he owned a trailer shop, JD Hitchworks, and he just loved the idea of playing a blues band and stuff. And he was a mouth harp player, harmonica player, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna have a little jam night over at my shop, after hours, come on by. And I knew him because my family growing up was a bunch of gearheads and stuff like that, and they knew each other just from working on the shops in the area and stuff. And so I go over there, whatever, and this guy just so happened to live down the street from Cody,
right down the road.
and happened to hit up Cody. Hey, you play guitar, same deal. I'd like to start up a blues band. We're gonna have a little jam night over at my shop. Come on over. Well, we both show up, and of course we're the two youngest dudes there at the time, probably by 30 years.
Yeah.
What were you, 16?
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah. So Cody was 17 at the time,
That would have been, yeah.
and I think I was
2007.
20 or so. And we started jamming. We did some classic blues stuff, some Muddy Waters,
Yeah.
regular normal 145 blues stuff. And they took a little break, I would have a smoke, whatever people are doing. And Cody just fiddling around, just kept, me and him stayed on our instruments, and he started playing this riff, and I go, oh, that's really cool, dude. I have a riff just like that, except for I'm accenting the opposite count. And I played mine. He's, what? That's, oh, God, that's sweet, dude. Whatever. Totally. So we just hit it off. It was music love at first here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he invited me over, and
Yeah, at the time, I was jamming with my cousin on drums, and we never had a consistent bass player. So we had a show booked at Peabody's, and we're
to, it
Like a
was
shittiest
the
show
what
ever.
was it, the Cove, or
The Pirates Cove.
Pirates Cove. You remember?
yeah.
It was like the
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
stage of the main Peabody
Played
stage.
in there.
And when after they moved to what the hell road? It was Euclid and something.
Yeah.
Around the corner there, right by
Yeah.
CSU. But their bases kind of flaked
Yeah,
out.
he
on
was.
me.
Yeah, he was never really around much, and it was like he wasn't that great of a bass player, anyways. He he didn't really play. Like I had to show him everything, and it's like he was just a guy that was like playing the bass, and we're like, we really need to get a bass player. So when I met him, I was like, dude, you gotta come over and jam with my cousin, because we're looking for a bass player, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I'll step over, I'll jam around, So, he comes over. The three of us are jamming. Our old, the bass player has his amp, at our place.
I forgot
It's
about
been there for
this.
about like 8 months. Like I keep calling this dude and like, dude, you want your amp? I kind of don't want it in my room.
We've
Hey,
heard a story like this
dude.
before from another band.
Really? That's
we
sick.
still have our old bass players shit in our practice room.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, all right, well, he comes over. I'm like, just play out of dude's amp, whatever. So we're jamming, dude. We're jamming for maybe like 10 minutes. All of a sudden, dude, smoke starts pouring out the back of his amp.
Oh, man.
Dude, like a cloud, like out of nowhere.
was-
Like,
It was like a smoke machine.
yeah, it was like a fogger just went off. We're like, oh shit, dude, it was hilarious.
Not for him. But
Not for
all of
not
us.
for the dude, but I mean, like he ended up picking that bass amp up maybe like a year later, and
Still didn't work.
and it worked. Everything just worked out, man. I'm like, dude, I asked him, I'm like, dude, we got this show booked. You want to play this show? And he's like, well, it's 3 weeks away, so we'll try to make something happen.
Yeah.
And like in classic Myth and Company style,
Dude,
we
we
make
made
something
it
happen,
happen.
just
We-
out of nothing.
Yeah, we're pretty well known for the jam aspect of things. So of course we met through that jam, and then we worked with Eric Butler, who I had met through Lakeland. We both went to Lakeland. We had a same musicology or music history class we were in, and I
Brown.
yeah, Doc Brown. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But so I told him, I was like, hey, I'm jamming with these guys. I was like, and we want to really start a project. And at the time, his cousin was a little, he's I'm not trying to do a project. Like I was just
he
doing
just-
it for
yeah.
fun, whatever. So we're like, no, we got something going. Like we really clicked, and we want to do something cool. And Eric was Lake Catholic grad. He was drumline guy and all this stuff, and good drummer. And I'm like, dude, we got this project going on. But he was like notorious kind of for being fickle at the time. And which we still give him a hard time for. You, Eric, I hear you. No, but so I was like, dude, I called him up. I go, hey, I got this project. I want to do this. And I'm like, for real about this. Let's make this happen. And he's like, yeah, 100%. I'm in. First practice. Fucking dude didn't show up. I swear to God. I was like, yeah, it's like the first day of work. He didn't show up. Like, this is crap. He's like, no, what was his mom's birthday or something? It was always somebody's birthday.
Or Aunt's birthday. It was
He's Italian. It's always somebody's birthday.
big family.
They're big family. But so we ended up playing with him for a few years. We recorded some stuff, like our Folded. It's like the Fold. That's it. Yeah, the Fold was like our first kind of EP we released, and that's recorded with him. We got some stuff in the bank that we recorded with him that we never released yet.
And they'll probably see the light of day
Oh,
eventually.
it's definitely coming.
You know?
Yeah, we're gonna be working some stuff out. And then, he was like, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna just do some acoustic stuff. He was doing like acoustic stuff on the side. So after a couple of years, he does this acoustic stuff, and then he ends up building his own cover band, and he ends up being a front man for the cover band. I was like, man, I couldn't even get you to sing for our band. Now you're a front man. But we had the jam night at the Willoughby Brewing Company, hosted by Luis Severino, as we were talking earlier. And it was an awesome jam. Great musicians go up there. They had a bunch of new people coming through, young musicians coming up there and stuff. And this dude, Matt Heckman, our drummer now, he went up there with his band at the time. They were in the high school rock-off.
Yeah.
And they were just going up to the jam in front of a crowd, practice kind of thing. And at the time, he was playing bass. And we're like, wow, you guys sound really good, you know, like, that's awesome. And he goes, well, actually, he goes, I really like your playing. He goes, I'm a drummer if you need a drummer. So we're like,
Yeah, 16. He's 16.
yeah, he was 16 at the time. Yeah, this is years, I was a little older, and Cody finally was maybe 21. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But so I'm like, yeah, you know, we had this other guy. He was gonna play with us. They call him Animal, and he's a great drummer, fun guy to play with. But I'm like, hey, do you mind if this guy sits in with drums? And he's like, oh, go ahead, dude. Instantly, the guy had like elephant ears, was listening to us, fit right in. It was just like, it just clicked, and that's like how we've always just been. It's weird. We've just always just been able to click, and for the longest time, I thought that was like a normal thing for people. Like, I thought that everybody we could just sit together and we could write a song live in front of people, and they would never know we were writing a song, because we can do that. It's insane.
Yeah,
And then I found out that people can't do that, and I was like, holy shit! We really have something special.
I'm special.
No, like we really did have something. We have something special. Like, we have something that not a lot of people can do, and I mean, it's that ability to really create something out of nothing. Where, you know, even live in a show situation, people were like, "Oh, you just made that up right then." Like, there was a hook line. You had chorus. Like, what the hell? You know, you had backup sing. He had backup singing to it. What? How did he know to say that? Oh, he just heard me say it the first time and repeated it the second time. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's just like, I didn't realize that wasn't a thing that everybody can do. And then you start playing with other people and other projects, side projects, going to more. I love going to the jam nights and stuff, and you just realize, if you don't play something verbatim, like, people are like, oh, what are you doing? Yeah. And it goes to this next. It's like, well, I don't adapt. I don't adjust, man.
What do you guys do on Thursday nights? You ever have Thursday nights free?
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
actually
we
do
definitely
sometimes.
do.
My band runs a jam night in Paynesville.
Oh, okay.
The Fish Bar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
right on.
Because
Yeah.
Joey, I know
I'll have to
Joey's
stop
been
up.
up there a lot.
Oh yeah, Joey's doing the open mic on Tuesdays.
Except for tomorrow, right?
Well, yeah. This week we don't have it. Joey
Yeah.
Priori, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does the open mic on Tuesdays, and then we do, Austin Hamilton, our singer, he
Okay.
runs it. But like, we usually come up all the time too, and like
Hell yeah.
backline the night. But
We're coming out to Fish Bar.
cool.
It's right on
Yeah.
Richmond,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right off the highway.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
not this week because we got. Like,
No, yeah, we're not coming
we
this
got,
week.
We got homies doing a big show in Menor on tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this week. I'm not doing it. It's nothing but no goods up there this week. No, I'm just joking. I was just joking.
Cool. Yeah, every Thursday, 7 to 11 at the Fish Bar in Paynesville, hosted by Rust Belt Ragtops.
There you go.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The other spot I hit on Thursdays was Diamondback. That's hosted by the McFaddens
Yep.
and the
Oh, I
Elm
never
Street
knew they had
Elm
a
Street
jam night
Blues
there.
Band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's right
And
down the road from us.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know
'cause
where that is.
Those guys, they're some of the area's best freaking blues players. They're awesome players, and all brothers, bunch of mechanics. Again, and that's actually the first group of people I ever played with. This dude Mike they had a jam night at the Lost Nation Sports Park Bar, or whatever that
Yeah.
bar is over
East
there.
Lake.
Right on Lost Nation. I think
Lost
it's Willoughby.
Nation.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
north Willoughby.
That's by the airport.
Yeah, it's right on the
yeah, I know.
airport. Literally used to
Yeah.
be like a hangar for the airport. And so back a while ago, they had a jam night they hosted up there. And a great friend of my family is Jimmy Mack. This guy's a bunch of legends here. But he's like, hey, you're into music. I want to introduce you to these guys. So literally baptism by fire. They brought me up on stage. I was 16, like just started playing, and they taught me blues. They taught me 1-4-5. They taught me that stuff right on stage, and I was like, oh, God, like this is crazy. But it was awesome. So like I mean, to have be able to go up and jam with those guys now when I'm a little bit better, it's just like. I don't know, it's kind of like an honor. It's like, oh, sweet. Like I can actually like play with them, opposed to just like and then constant. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm constantly being taught because like
Right.
some of those guys, it's just awesome what they do. But yeah. So Thursday, man, that's a happening day in Lake County, for sure.
Cool. I don't know enough about Lake County happenings.
I think it's only that day. Nothing. Any other day you're out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, but
Yeah, we all come from like a jam background, so that's like a thing that a common core we all have in the band. We all met through jams in some sort of aspect. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I Chuck Kaminsky, the basement trader. I met him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letting me into jam nights at Wits End.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess I'll go right into it. But yeah, I met him. He used to let me come in when I was like 13, ride my bike up to jam night and come play.
Dude,
'Cause
Chuck's
he
the
knew
dude.
my dad. So Chuck Kaminsky, the basement trader, just gave me an awesome deal on the Fender Bassman TV15 amp that's kind of behind these
Oh,
guys
yeah.
over
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Nice. He just posted something about he's got some new gear coming
Yes,
up.
he does. So, matter of fact, if you're interested in looking for some deals on gear, he's got a lot of stuff that he has not posted to one of his two Reverb, not channels, but
Whatever
stores.
stores, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
He's got
stores.
two. He's got
He
two
has
Reverbs?
two Reverb stores. One is all the guitars and basses.
Chuck's holding
The
on.
other one is all
Basement
like
Trader and Basement Dungeon.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I got to check out Basement Dungeon.
Yeah, that's not a music one.
it's all whips and chains. So he's got the one is all like guitars and basses, and the other one is like pedals, accessories,
Okay.
amps, stuff like that.
Cool.
So check those out. But he also, if you go and like follow him on Facebook, follow Basement Trader on there. He just posted a bunch of gear that he hasn't taken pictures of yet that you can make offers on. He's got some prices listed, but shoot him an offer if you want to get it before Reverb. He'd be happy to do that.
And
if
he'd
you
be
need-
happy for you to save him the work of taking the pictures and posting them.
Absolutely. So he's Chestnut Street in Paynesville, Ohio. Basement Trader. It's BASSMENTTRADER. And
And we can't forget that he gave us the deal on these great podcast mics to get us
did. He
started.
totally hooked us up.
Yeah. Our very first company
Sponsor.
helper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
he's the dude.
Yeah. We are also brought to you by Enlightenment Event Lighting. Brian and Emily Klemonik are stage lighting specialists that arrive before everybody and leave after everybody, getting your whole stage set up. If you go to their Instagram and their Facebook, Enlightenment Event Lighting, you can see all the great work they do and what they have to offer.
We might actually have to hit them up.
They do great work. They do great work.
And
It's like-
what a difference good stage lighting
Dude,
can
it
bring
does.
to your show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
We've-
We started getting into like more lighting and stuff. It's pretty sick.
We have it like timed up, like with some of our tracks, like to make because we play to a click, and it's like to be able to do that. It's just like, it's like next level.
Yeah.
You're like, holy, this is professional. Like we're like,
Yeah.
we're not just hacks.
When you start seeing like patterns moving on the crowd out there, you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right, this is a real show. Like,
right, you get a blackout moment right when you stop playing for a second, and it comes back in. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
it just gives you that juice.
Enlightenment Event Lighting will ask for your set list, or like
Oh, that's
ask
gonna
for
be
a set
problem,
list.
bro.
They'll go to your YouTube channel, your Spotify, check out your tracks, and like get the feel for these songs and kind of know how to time it up. Like if you got a break, if you got like some breakdown, like they know when to turn it up. And they can predict it a lot greater.
That's the issue with us, though, because this is actually a funny song. So this guy I work with, he is in another band, and he came out to see us, and he's like, I sat down with him, and I was like, oh my God, it was a surprise to see him, right? And I'm like, dude, I'm like, great to see you. We could buy a shot, and I look over at these guys, and the first thing I say, I go, so guys, what are we playing tonight? We had a, what I mean? Because we terrible at writing any kind of sets. It's just-
Yeah.
we're the worst at it.
Yeah, we just
And
freeform it.
We freeform it and call it out quick, and we're quick to it. And that stuck with this guy. Literally the next day at work, he showed up and he goes, "That was absolutely fucking great. And my favorite part is I sit down next to you, we order a shot and a beer, and then you look to your band and goes, so guys, what are we playing? And I'm like, I'm like, well, I don't know. This is what we do. He goes, yeah. He goes, I like to do that with my band, you know. And he goes, you would never know. He goes, you guys don't have long pauses between your songs. You would never know that you're just calling things out like that. Like everybody's like, oh, okay, let's do it. He goes, I try to call a song out. My guy's like, no, I don't want to sing that one right now, or I don't want to play that one right now. We're just like, well, you came up with the idea. Let's just go with it. As long as somebody's coming up with ideas.
Benefit of a three-piece is it's
Yeah.
really easy. You get two people on board, the other one's outnumbered. You're golden.
Yes,
you know?
all right, dude, we're doing it. So we already started.
So you guys you said you played at Clicks for that?
Yeah. We have.
So how does that does it hamper you at all with how you guys just explore on stage, or is it just kind of the heartbeat going on in the background?
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's song by song. Sometimes I just start playing a riff like in between songs. I'll just go into a riff and I'll just start making something up, and he'll just fall in after. And there's no time for a click or nothing. But
Okay.
like it all depends.
Yeah.
That's another aspect to it is also if somebody's feeling a solo, stop the click or whatever. Stop the movement. Let's just keep that going. And he's doing his thing. Let him ride, and then we can. And of course, Matt is phenomenal at keeping time. So he's like, I'm like, I got this. But you also have those natural ebbs and flows to songs that happen. Some songs just have that. And so there's some songs we're like, no, we don't ever want to play a click to this song because that's just how the song feels and breathes. Has a little bit of that ebbs
some
and
of
flows
them
to it.
need different things.
Yeah.
That all answers the big question mark I got. As soon as I was like, wait, you guys jam this all out and it's all to a click? Like,
Oh no, no.
fuck.
We bring that in, you can bring it out, knock it
Turn the
off.
click on. And
Yeah.
off as you see
Yeah.
It's a
fit.
quick.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. It has a little like pedal set up with a little octaver, 808 octaver, and or not octaver, octopad,
yeah.
and he just runs it in there. It just triggers
Okay.
it. Turn it on, turn it off, kind of thing. Whatever you need.
Yeah, we have in-ears.
Switch it to different tempos right away. He's got it
Is
listed
he
out.
using samples out of that too?
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
because I'm catching like horns out of nowhere. and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
all
Charlie's
right.
got
Charlie,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
Charlie, I listened to that like 6 times today.
Same.
That song's
Awesome.
awesome, man. It
Thank
sucks.
you. Yeah, that's definitely a banger. Banger.
It's a fun one. It has a good groove to it.
It
It's a
does,
fun
man.
riff. It's got
Yeah.
little melodic stuff in for the guitar.
I'm like, is that a fucking horn or is that
So-
some weird guitar effect that I don't
It's
know
a reverse
about?
horn.
It's actually a reverse,
Reverse
horn.
horn?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's funny because we were in the studio with Jim Wirt, Platinum
Superior
Jim.
sound.
Yeah, shout out to Jim Wirt and Superior Sound Studios, right there in downtown Cleveland. But we were in the studio with him, and I'll never forget his reaction the first time he heard that fucking horn. He just like stopped. He goes, like, what? What the hell is that? Because it sounded like a drunk trumpeter falling down the stairs. He goes, but I love it. He goes, I love it. What was that? And we're like, we put this horn in reverse and made sure it was in the key of what we were doing. And he goes, I love it. He goes, it's crazy how it fits.
Did it start like, going forward and then you reversed it like it wasn't working, or was it?
I think we flipped it right off the rip
Yeah,
because we were talking
it was
about
right off the rip.
because it was like the horn was like, like
Yeah.
a normal horn
Yeah.
would do. And so we're like, well, I don't want it to fall down. I want the energy to go up. Like this song's like we're energy in this
Yeah.
song. And so we just flipped it, not really giving a crap, and
That's
it
awesome.
just happened to work out.
It's a great accent in the song. Like it just adds like an extra pop.
little
right
ear
when it
candy.
needs it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cody's he's into all the ear candy. He's
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Michael Lee Hill, another show. We're just dropping names. Dropping. Michael Lee Hill, awesome, phenomenal guitarist from
Great
the area.
guy.
Yeah.
Great
Grew up in
guitar
East
player.
Lake area. He's living in Florida or something.
He's in the UFOs, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I worked with him for a short time. He
Dude.
determined he couldn't do construction work because his hands were his livelihood and he couldn't get near a saw.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe every bit of that story.
Yeah, so Michael Lee Hill lived one street away from me, as I was growing up. So like after like I would get up home from school, like in high school, I would ride my bike over his house, and have him just show me guitar stuff, like because he played guitar, all that Steve Vai stuff, and like he was one of the few people that like I actually spent time, I would say, like learning, like from because like for the most part I'm self-taught,
Yeah.
like Nick's self-taught,
Yeah,
like we
absolutely
kinda just-
absorbing.
yeah, just figuring things out at jam nights or watching people, you know. So Michael DeHill was one of the first guys that like actually showed me like, no, do this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah. So like, you know, I owe a lot to that guy.
Phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah.
He won some like nationwide
The
contest.
Steve Vai
Steve Vai,
contest.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
It's
got
all-
He's got Steve Vai's guitar, like his personal guitar that he played on the DVD with the orchestra, the black one. He's
Yeah.
got that. Like he has that guitar.
That's awesome.
And yeah, he's just like, to me, he was like the king of like ear candy. Like that's what he loved. He loved that idea of like having those little
sparkles.
nuance
The
things, the
sprinkle,
sparkles.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sparkle,
yeah
yeah.
exactly. Like exactly, and I mean, and it makes a difference. Taking that extra time, adding that, just adding an extra track just to create, you know, for those things. It's awesome. And yeah, at Cody is always really. It's kind of. I've worked with other people in the studio. Him in the studio is like, I think would be every musician's best friend because like. He listens to things, and like Cody, his brain, you can almost smell the work happening, man. And he's got like 16 different things going on in his brain, and we'll be, even if we're jamming, writing a song, and I'm like, well, can you do a little, like, can you do something different with that? He goes, no, I'm gonna do this, because he's already got like 3 other things that he's like, I'm gonna track these couple other things to complement that riff. And so I don't need to do more with this riff. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I have things already going for it. So it's kind of nice, like the whole recording aspect is to be able to layer things. And then when we go to do things live, it's the idea of, well, what is the lead? What is the most
The main,
important
yeah.
part for this piece?
The essence.
Exactly. And then, of course, we've been able to do some tracking to have play with us with the click now that we've been working with the click, so we
got
can have some
keyboard
little bit of key parts that, you know, a little bit of like a little rhythm guitar, like acoustic-y rhythm stuff that would come in and out. It's like, you know, that fills things up really nice.
And we can
why not
build
play that?
songs in a different way too. You know,
And
when
then
you
that-
do stuff like that.
We wrote it all, so it's like it's not like we're playing something else that somebody else wrote and recorded with our stuff. It's everything we wrote and recorded. So to have that, to give it the most lively feel, we work with that sometimes. You know, depending on the song, of course.
It's
as we
all
talk
song
about.
to song. You know.
Yeah.
Do you try different parts of it from show to show? Like see how it flows this way, like live, see how it flows this way live.
Yeah,
That's how we kind of, that's how he definitely gets his parts where he, what should I be doing this one, or do you, what was, the line, like that whole chunky part of the line, you were like, oh, should I do this or should I do that? And we're like, oh,
Yeah, that song, the line was a song that came together like on guitar the day before we were tracked that. Like,
Cool.
I didn't have an actual part. I'm like, I have nothing. Like, I'm like, and tomorrow we're tracking the song. So I'm like, all right. So I just kind of just broke it down into I just in a different way than I was thinking, you know, and I just simplified it and turned it into an acoustic guitar part. There was no acoustic until that
recording
moment.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was all electric and stuff, and I was like, "This sucks." I'm like, "This is not the right. It's not the right taste in my mouth. Like, it's just not. It's not sitting right."
And it might be good or bad, I don't know, but like that's again notorious for us as Myth and Company, to do things in the moment. We might have something written, or we have like this. It's like putting the bumpers up on a bowling alley. Like, we're going to roll the ball, and it's going to hit some pins. It's bound to hit some pins. But, you know what I mean? So, like, we'll have that, like, that broad idea of it. But then, like, we keep it real fresh in like, the lyrics for the whole album of Chefs
Whole thing.
weren't written until we started recording. Like, I had my ideas, I had hooks, and I had things like that. But, like, I spent nights up till 5 a.m. till I had to get ready for work, basically, just getting myself in that zone. And it's funny. I read this. I don't remember where I read it. It was like the idea of like, where's your peak creativity? And it was like when you have you're lacking a little bit of sleep. And they say like your mind sparks in the most creative ways. And I have to say that's really to me it's like almost works every time. You got to ride that line because you get a little bit too sleepy, you ain't doing nothing. You get a little bit too buzzed, you ain't not doing too good. But yeah, a lot of our stuff is fresh.
It all
in the studio kind of
comes
stuff
together
within
in
that
the
moment.
studio. Yeah.
Nice.
On the road, that EP we did on the road. We
We
went to
literally
Rhode
wrote it
Island.
on the road. We wrote it driving the night before and driving to the studio.
Yeah,
Cool.
and
Thought that play on words had something to do with that.
Yeah,
Either that or
yeah.
like
Yep.
you were
Yeah, so-
throwing some Rhodes cubes in there.
and we were
No,
actually
it was
on
we were Rhode Island. We tracked it. What
Where
was that
were-
studio? Normandy.
Normandy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a legacy studio. The Stones recorded there, Aretha Franklin and stuff. Like
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That was-
No, it was.
Oh, the Green was. He was.
New Kids on the Block.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
They
what
did
it was.
all their stuff there, like their big hits there.
So it was kind of cool to be up
It
there.
was it
And
was
it's
closed
actually
for a while.
it was actually like the island part of Rhode Island. So like we're like, hey, we're on the road. Like, we're literally on the road. We're traveling, and we're also on Rhode Island. So it worked out. But our good friends Tom and Becky Kolke, they let us stay over at their place because they're in that area. They're right outside of like Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and so we were going. Was it Normandy, Rhode Island? I can't remember the
I don't.
city
Yeah.
that the studio was in. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But either way, we were literally. I was laying in his living room writing lyrics to the
Yeah.
tracks that we were gonna spit lyrics to the very next morning. So it's just fresh, I like to keep that creativity. That I guess maybe that pressure helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Like literally, two of those songs didn't exist until that night. Like we didn't have riffs. Like we just had a jam session, and we're like, all right. We recorded some of our jam session. We're like, all right, this is pretty much a song. And then like a little bit later, like this is like another song. And
Tied to the Whip.
Yeah, Tied to the Whip. Like that was just like the solo and everything is note for note how it was in the jam. Like we just recreated the jam.
Cool.
That's pretty weird.
You guys got to get some cameras in there while you're coming up with these
Yeah,
albums.
we got little GoPros.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should work them. They're total knockoffs. But
Yeah, they're
not
cheap,
GoPros.
but yeah,
They're not GoPros. They're like
they're not pro.
they're like
Ho-Pro.
They're
Ho-Pros.
Pogros.
Yeah.
Cool. So you keep the first thing that like came up organically.
Sometimes,
And, like
yeah.
most of the theme of like your solos is like pulled
lot of-
from that, just a little more finely tuned, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's like
The
they're like
rawness.
80% there. They're like 80, usually. So like a lot of my solos, that's where, like I draw my, my big inspiration is whatever I came up in the moment. Because like I want it to feel fresh, Because like I could try to write a lot of things, and sometimes it is good to write and try different stuff, and like,
Yeah.
and that's the great thing about the studio is
Second
like you
guess what you
can
naturally do and
you can.
build
You
yourself.
could. Yep. You could lay one down and lay another one down and be like, you know what? We're not at the spot yet. We gotta work at it.
We're doing it right now. We got a couple songs where like, dude, this is a fucking song.
Yeah.
But then we're like, how can we maximize what we want it to be? Like, how can we get there? There's something missing, or and then we start doing things, and then, oh no, this is too much. We're getting too crazy. This song is great. Like, again, sometimes taking things out makes
Yeah.
things better, right? We all know that as musicians, and so, well, not all of us, but but.
more is more.
Yeah, more is always more. No, so we're literally going through that right now, where we're writing some new stuff, and we're like, how far do we want to add things? How much do we want to add? How
weird do we want to
how progressive? Yeah, how weird do we want to make this thing? Do we really? Do we care about the audience when we're writing this? Sometimes you take that into consideration. At least I do. Sometimes I take that into consideration. I know artists always like, oh, you get your followers, you get people that like your music. Oh, I get that, but there are some times where I'm like, you know what though? I want to kind of tone this. There's no need for me to go this way. I don't feel a need to go that way, so I'm gonna draw it back to this, so it's at least a little bit more relatable. Or like even when I'm doing the lyrics, again, I'm gonna keep it a little bit more broad, so it's a little bit more relatable, and you can make it fit for what you are going through or what you're thinking, instead of being specifically like,
This is the story.
Jan,
You in the
shit in
blue
my
shirt.
pants. I don't know why she had my pants on. Nobody's gonna be like, I don't know Jan, and I don't know. I never had anybody shit in my pants.
I get it, man. I get it.
Shit your britches.
Shit your britches. What? I'm supposed to shit my britches.
Steamy Ray Vaughan.
Exactly.
Oh, he goes up there and shits his britches.
Shit.
I just watched that like last week, man. That was a
That's
good
a
one.
classic. dude.
Who else is up here? That's Steamy Nicks.
Yeah.
Go watch that again if you haven't watched it in a while. It's fantastic.
It's funny. I got my South Park socks on today.
You do.
Oh hell yeah.
that was
Yeah, they're
sweet.
like early season cheesy poof socks.
We come in. It was destiny. Like things just magically happen. We were supposed to talk about South
Yeah,
Park.
absolutely.
That's a classic show.
Oh man.
Cool. Let's talk about Listen CLE.
What you want to know about them?
I want to
You want to know about
talk
some
about 'em.
mood-based playlists that they have?
I do want
What?
to know. You
I
guys
wanna-
know about Listen CLE?
A little bit. We actually, I think we were on one of their lists for a minute. We were on a rock list of theirs.
Rock out?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's one of the 9.
ListenCLE.com. Go there to check out mood-based playlists showcasing music by Ohio artists. And there's 9 of them, and they're mood-based as opposed to genre-based. All Cleveland's, Akron, Youngstown bands. Cleveland is more than just the birthplace of rock and roll. It's a city brimming with exciting new artists and established favorites. Discover the depth of Cleveland's amazing music scene and find your next favorite band with Listen CLE. If you go to listencle.com as a musician, there's also a database you can enter your act or your band into that people actually use to find entertainment for their events,
we're
for
entering.
their concerts.
Another thing,
It's
we're
free.
learning. We're
Yeah.
just so bad.
Absolutely, go on there. We've had a lot of people that have been in, like the chairs you're in, that have said they've gotten gigs directly through the Listen CLE database that they have.
That's awesome because we did that for a couple of years. The idea of that, of literally, there is a lot of incredible talent in the greater Cleveland area. It's like insane. And the nice thing that we were able to do as Myth and Company was kind of break into the East Side bar scene, where like most places were hiring only cover acts and stuff like that. We were like, oh, trust me, we can make this place happen tonight. You know, if you book us or whatever. So they'd take that chance. I don't know. Somehow we sold it the right way, and we always a lot of the time we'd bring in a second act. And we'd have them open for us. And we just say, you know, hey, come on in. You don't even have to bring anything, you know. Just bring yourselves, bring the guitar you want, bring the axe you need, bring your throne, whatever you prefer. Play on our equipment, and we'll pay you. And we pay you $150, $200, however the venue would, you know, would pay. Because these vendors are, you know, that's how they, you know, they're making the money that way. And like it was just to get the people to realize, like, dude, there is a huge amount of great talent that is not. I mean, there is great talent in a lot of these cover bands. Don't get me wrong, but like, there's a lot of people writing their own stuff, doing stuff, and it's like, man, you might not know the song to sing along to it because you haven't listened to it on 98.5 for the last 40 years, but. Like you will rock, you'll feel it. You'll see their energy. You'll recognize it. And we handpicked these bands. Like we went out and saw some of these acts and made sure they were, you know, like, okay, I want to book these guys. I saw these guys play. I want to go book these guys.
What guys?
Like Scuff Mixin,
Scuff was and he's doing all kinds of cool shit with like
Among the Willows.
Among the Willows.
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah. We just did Burning River was like the newest young group
Yeah.
that we kind of talked with.
It's kind of funny because like my dad and you know 2/3 of Among the Willows' dad was in a band called Burnt River for years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were from I think they came out in like '78 or something like that. But
Okay.
it's cool to see the name like popping up again. I was like, all right, because Burnt River's I think that's fully set sail
It
now.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. it
Yeah,
is,
'cause,
they had to check into that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is,
Moody was
Yeah.
pretty decent. You know, he's been around for
yeah,
a
yeah.
while. He's did his thing, and he's done a lot of cool stuff. Sea Level, awesome group of guys. Man, those guys are freaking talented. It's so fun to play with them. Yeah, so we really always tried to make it a point to be like, a lot of times we choose the West Side band, bring them to the East Side to try to help them too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to introduce you to people from the East Side that are going to follow you back to the West Side on and off, stuff like that. Cross the river of Hades, also, a.k.a. Cuyahoga, and make it over that.
Let us know, like, shout out some of these places that are playing the local bands on the
which
East
bars you
Side. We
talking
want
about
to.
on the east
So
side
we did Stage Pass was a great spot.
Yeah, it
They had
was.
closed their doors because the COVID stuff really killed
Yeah.
them. But Mariah at the Diamondback, they love music in that place. It's just a spot that just loves
Yeah, they
music. Wits End, been there forever. Always had music in that place. Jimmy Black, he used to host that jam night on Wednesday nights.
I've jammed with Jimmy.
Man, what a
Yeah.
bass! That dude was a great. And he played,
played
everything.
everything.
I was gonna say.
He played everything better than
Every
everybody
single
else in
thing.
the room.
Yeah, it's like, oh, whatever. And he had I think he had perfect pitch or something.
Something
or he
like it.
claimed he did. I don't know if he really did. But he was a phenomenal musician.
Yeah.
So, another jam night, by the way, that we used to do all the
Among
time.
the Willows has a song dedicated to him.
Yeah,
right on.
I
that's
can't think of
cool.
the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, it's
C-Bar is another one that obviously Among the Willows plays C-Bar all the time.
Yeah.
John Bond over at C-Bar, he hosts the Dog Water and stuff like that. John Bond, man, he's a
They do
harmonica
jam night
player.
on Sundays, right?
They do the jam night on Sundays still. That is now Castile. Eric Castile, he's a guitarist. It used to be Alan Green, but
Yeah.
I don't think he does it anymore.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
But yeah, that
I've seen
jam's
that
been going on
group
for
of
a long
guys. I
time.
only know the bass player Joe Boda.
Joe Boda, yeah. Or
Yeah.
what's the other? Oh my gosh, there's another group. Oh no, it is Eric now, right? Yeah, I don't know their group name though, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that stuff. All you gotta do is just, I don't know, if you're good, if you're good and you can entertain them in a way, and of course we always incorporated cover songs in our sets and stuff like that. You bring them in here and there, but people are like, people be like, hey, what was that cover song you just played? And I was like, oh no, that was ours. Like, we wrote that. That was like to me the best compliment when someone was like, oh,
Yeah.
I thought I knew that song.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sweet. Okay, at least we're picking the right cover songs too to complement our original stuff, to try to realize, they see that there's a little bit of a red thread through some of that
Yeah,
stuff.
and even some of our
Influences.
cover songs, we revamp them, just
Oh yeah.
get rid of the riff and do something different. It's like with
Oh,
the
totally make it
Johnny
our own.
Cash song and stuff.
Yeah, totally make it our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hotel California.
Yes. We talked about doing it. We never did.
Yeah, we never did.
We just released a live video of us doing Black Keys' Next Girl.
Yeah.
And that's one of the songs that we
YouTube.
it's on the used tubes. The YouTube. Yes.
The used tubes.
Yes, the used YouTube
That'd be a
size.
good band name.
The used
Used
tubes.
tubes.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
An all-female band.
That'd take a crazy turn.
Oh, well, there we go. There's our dislike for this podcast episode.
All the ladies.
Thanks for giving us
Cut
the
that.
thumbs up.
Cut that out.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll cut it.
No, you gotta leave that in. 100%.
That's our ongoing
it's
joke.
surreal.
We always say cut it, and nothing gets cut.
Yeah. It's
But-
more work.
Then we get our dislikes.
But yeah, we did a live take of that tune, and it's again one of those songs we just totally redid in our own way.
Boom. It's
Yeah.
so simple, man. I
But
love
we
the
don't
Black
do that
Keys,
way.
man.
We go
we don't.
ba-da-da-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, just creating those pauses in there that break, it creates a totally different groove.
Different,
to fall
drum
into.
groove.
Oh, we're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
man.
check it out
Subscribe
on
to Myth and
YouTube.
Company on
Myth and
YouTube.
Company,
Yeah.
yes. Next Girl is a song originally by the Black Keys,
And you guys remade it.
and we just,
nice.
I think we added a little bit of
Flair.
elephant. We had a little elephant tusk to it.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, it's something I love to do. I think it's cool to be able
Yeah,
to do
it's
that.
fun. It's fun.
Jumping Jack.
Jumping Jack's another one
That's like
that we do all the time.
We love doing that.
Yeah, we have a whole section of the song where we just jam. It could go any direction. The drums, guitar, anything could happen.
The whole we do Jumpin' Jack Flash by Rolling Stones. So if you don't know it, check it out. Good tune.
It's about a landscaper, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I think like they were at Keith Richards' place and Mick Jagger was there, like sleeping on the couch, or vice versa. But the landscaper was like jumping and looking in the window. And they're like, "What the fuck is that, man?" He's like, that's Jumpin' Jack Flash." Wrote the song right then.
So to me, like the way I always sing it too is like everything he's singing about in the verses is like the hardships of like how life is shit sometimes. You know what I mean? Schooled by the toothless bearded hag, or whatever. Raised by the toothless bearded hag, and schooled with a strap right across my back.
It's all right now,
Like,
though.
that's fucking all right. So like that's how we playing it dirty and stuff like that, and then we go into that chorus and we're bouncing, we're happy about it. Like, but it's all right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like how and then we go into that breakdown, and we love to just it's total free for all. It's whatever. However it goes. There's a couple little riffs we always like to throw in there because it's fun to do. And it's like, oh, I saw them a couple months ago and they did this song, I remember. And then you play a couple riffs in that solo section that they recognize, like, oh yeah, I remember this part. But then it all goes crazy again, you know.
Yeah.
And then it comes back around and we finish the song off. Again, just in our own kind of way to do it. But to me, it's how I feel the song.
Yeah.
You know, it's how we feel the song.
Yeah.
With those dynamics. Again, you know, it's like, yeah, this is dirty and shitty or whatever. But it's all right. Hey, here we are. Yeah, right? And we're going to make the best of it.
But it's the weekend.
Yeah, dust on the shoulders, man. I like that. It's Friday. No, it's not Friday. What is today?
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sunday for all of our viewers.
Sunday.
Today is
Sunday,
officially
Sunday.
Sunday.
Thompson Drag Raceway.
Come see the pussy burning funny cars.
Big Daddy John Garlic.
$5 to get you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Our newest sponsor, Thompson Drag Raceway.
Yeah. Hey, man. If you're in Lake County, if you've not made your way out to Thompson Drag Raceway, you are missing out.
And go to the Lake
You gotta
County
go one county
Speedway.
over.
Painesville Speedway?
Yeah.
Oh, my
it's
gosh.
Lake County
Friday.
Speedway
Oh,
right
is
now.
that what it is
I
now?
think they changed it to that.
whatever.
At least they did. Maybe it went back. But the figure eight, if you go there for the figure eight, for the camper races, the trailer race,
Oh, yeah.
that is,
It's insane.
it's
It's
fucking
pure
awesome.
entertainment.
It is. I went there for my bachelor party.
Hey,
Ran
man.
out onto the
Whoa.
track and grabbed the hood of a tractor. They got like demolished
Hey,
out
did
there.
anyone have their eye on these gushers?
You did.
Here's some crinkling.
All right.
Oh, I'll take this one because they're all together. If you grab them and they're all together. 'cause
Yeah,
I just,
I took one.
Uh-huh.
That's all of them.
I'm stealing all of
I'd say
it.
I'm
Oh, they
taking
just broke
one.
as I grabbed it.
Yeah, I fuck with Gushers.
Your choice.
Gushers are good, man. I'm nervous about them. They made one of my crowns pop off one day. I was sitting here chewing. I was like, oh, shit.
Look at him. Just
I
tempting
get it,
all
man.
of us.
Once Twizzlers made my filling fall out.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
man.
Scarred for life.
I've been my girls just got braces, so we're dealing with that right now. Cause like those first couple of days of braces, I don't know personally, but it's like supposed to be just hell, painful, very discomforting. I mean, you think you get a toothache, it rattles your whole freaking brain. It rattles your whole head.
Yeah.
So like if you think if you have rubber bands and metal just like pulling your teeth constantly, I can imagine it being painful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I never
is
got
the-
him. Maybe I should have got him, but I never got
I never
him.
got.
I never
What,
got
what
him.
age?
13 and 11.
And they both got him?
Just 2 days ago.
I
Well,
got mine
1 day
at
ago.
40.
Yeah.
I got Invisalign at 40. Yeah.
So we're just talking about Invisalign.
Yeah. I was fighting for years, so I wasn't going to like risk like fixing my teeth when they might get knocked out, you know?
Yeah, right,
so
right,
once I
right,
knew
yeah.
I was done fighting, I'm like, all right, I'll work on my teeth now.
Wait. Time out. Wait. So you were fighting for years?
Yeah, for years.
Oh, I don't know that part. What was that?
I fought MMA for years and taught it.
Griffin
I
roll.
was at Griffin Roll. I was an instructor there.
Funny.
cool.
So when I was in my 20s, they came up to me and they said, "Oh, you should come join Griffin Roll." And I was
That's funny.
fucking drunk at the bar. I was like, "Yeah, fuck
I'm more
you.
of a
Cages are for
Slytherin.
dogs," you know. But they would literally rip my arm off, you know. I know.
Yeah, I was an instructor up there, and now like all the instructors that I worked with, for the most part, they went and started their own gym out in Euclid. called Revolution Fight and Fitness.
Okay.
Bunch of good dudes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. Like, I came from a wrestling background. I was a wrestling coach in Menor. Actually, like all my brothers and everything, we were all wrestling coaches out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did Kempo for like 6 years.
All right.
I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I did that, and then once I decided I was done because all my joints ache every minute of the day.
Yeah, right.
Then I can
Well,
fix my teeth.
Dude, that jiu-jitsu shit, man. One dude came back from the Marines, and I was just like talking to him about certain things, and I was like, "Oh, show me this." And man, he put me in an arm bar, and I swear to God, my arm was messed up for like a year and a half.
Yeah, this one got snapped pretty good. So I was, as an amateur fighter, they did brackets to go for the national title.
Oh yeah.
And in the semifinals,
There was like three different camps or something like that were around the areas.
There was Strong Style Evolve, Griffin Roll back in the day. There was a couple of them.
Right.
Those were like the big three.
That's
I feel
okay.
like I'm shitting on somebody that I'm forgetting right now. But I've been hitting the head a few times. So yeah, no offense meant there, but yeah, like in the semifinals, I won the first 2 rounds like no problem. In the third round, it was winding down. I'm pounding this dude pretty good, and I saw his eyes kind of like flutter a little bit. So I was like, all right, I'm going for the
Game
kill.
over, yeah.
So like I went posted out and was like winding up, and he wasn't quite there yet, and he just snapped that arm
Freaking boa.
about 90 degrees the wrong way. And yeah, I yelled "fuck" really loud. The ref knew what that meant, and they're like, "Stop
Break that
I
shit
was
up."
Like, damn it!
Rubber arm.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I still feel it.
Oh,
I got
I
this elbow's my only good joint left.
I haven't broke any bone.
I haven't broken anything. I've had like all my joints hyperextended.
Okay.
though.
So basically, all your ligaments are just
They're wrecked.
crap.
Yeah, my shoulders would just fall out.
Bones are good. Everything
Bones
else
are
hold
good.
them
Yeah,
together.
real sturdy. Real sturdy.
I got one broken bone. I broke my scaphoid. Obviously, it was hitting stuff, people and whatever, stupid shit. But I think I just fractured it, and then I did like a
Nothing.
Like and then I did a little amateur football thing that we were doing on Sundays, and our one guy didn't show up, and they had me like filling in as like an offensive lineman, like on the end, and I came into this guy and just tried to like push him, and like I just felt it just explode after that. And this is like literally after a night of getting into a scuffle that was really stupid. And so like I was like, oh, it's definitely broken now. I thought maybe I sprained it, hit somebody the wrong way, like a little bit weak movement, you get that, like but no, that definitely messed it up. It was almost 2 years. It was like a year and 9 months before I even got it looked at. Because I just thought I kept spraining it. I was just like, I was ignorant to it. I was just legit choosing not to believe what was going on.
And playing bass that whole time?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, man.
You can't turn
I
his
literally
wrist.
couldn't move
He
my
couldn't move
wrist.
his wrist
I was
like
like,
this.
it was
Like
like a little bit,
playing
I mean, yeah, it was like, I changed the way I play, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't, like this way I couldn't move it at all.
Yeah, it was
and then
crazy.
this way I had like a little bit, maybe like a couple, 5 degrees or something. It wasn't much. And when I went to this doctor, he goes, oh yeah, that's broken. We're gonna check that out. He goes, how? He goes, didn't it hurt? And I was like, well, yeah, every day. He goes, well, what are you doing? I was like, I have no explanation. I don't know. And
you're not free, Doc.
no, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So what they did is they cut it open. He goes, oh, see how bad it is. Well, come to find out, the bone actually died in my wrist. The bone was just dead. They're like, you waited too long. The bone died. I guess your wrist has very bad blood flow into it. The capillaries and stuff like that go into your hand, keep your fingertips and stuff warm, but the wrist area is terrible.
It's gross.
And so what they did is they did what they call a sardine, I guess it's called. They took a bone sample from my radial bone and rolled it up and put a screw through it to hold it together and put that back in. So
Wow.
now I can.
When did that
move my
happen?
wrist. I
like
was
8 years or
25
something,
or
right?
24. It's been over a decade.
Yeah.
It's probably been 10 years, 12 years.
And that's when you started making good music.
That's
We still play shows the whole time.
when I make good. So you're saying I make good music now? All right, I'll take that.
Yeah, everybody go listen to Chefs.
Yeah.
many chefs in the
Chefs is
kitchen.
That's our latest album.
Yeah, too many chefs in the kitchen. That's it.
That was a fun one to record too.
Dude, it was. We had this idea of like, it was one song at first, and we were like, well, let's split this up. Let's split this into two
Two
songs.
different versions, two different
Totally
vibes.
two different versions, and we're like, let's keep the same kind of thing. So it's like a reprise of the song, right? And so we wanted to put it in the middle to kind of reboot the album. And the album it starts right off. The whole thing was like to come off. We're on the road, right, with a previous release, and then this one, Chefs. We're like, you know what? Let's just get off Earth. We're gonna rocket ship right into outer space with this. And Jim was even questioning our order of our album, and I was like, no, I really want this Chefs to be, or Nothing But Trouble, to be the first song, because it's catchy, but it also gets into that jamminess and that weirdness that goes all crazy. To me, seems almost like Pink Floyd-y and little, whatever, all kinds of different stuff influenced into it. And then it goes into some great, just good rock grooves, and it builds up, and then it just calms down, and then it resets with Nothing But Pain, which is like the Chef's reprise. And of course, we were thinking of naming those songs. It's funny, we call them Chefs when we're talking about it with ourselves, but we renamed them to be Nothing But Trouble, Nothing But Pain. This way it wasn't like so cliche.
I remember listening to it and like when Nothing But Pain came out, I'm like, wait, it repeated already? Like I thought this was like 12. I thought there's a few more songs to go. That explains it there.
Yeah. So
I must have missed your last 4 songs though.
And what is that?
But it sounds like it's about your broken wrist. Nothing but trouble. Nothing but pain. Get in, get hurt, and forget about it.
yeah, that is literally how I managed this whole deal. That's awesome. Absolutely. I never realized that myself. That's exactly what I meant to do.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Yeah, it's got to be good. I mean, Jim Wirt doesn't work with scrubs. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
right.
did what 10 days or 11 days?
So
in a
it's
row?
11 tunes, and we did it in 10 days,
That's what it was.
Nice.
which they even said, we'll try, but we don't think that's going to happen. Well,
Yeah, they were like,
after the
maybe
first
8.
day of recording, Matt, man, he just killed it on the freaking drums. He just like knocked things out.
Yeah.
He was like super accurate, just
Efficient.
super efficient. Just everything was, man, it was magical. And after that happened, Jim was like,
All right, we can do
make
this.
We can
Yeah.
do this. No, yeah, we can make this happen. And then he heard like what we had kind of going, and he's like, and it was really cool. He let us be us, and he kind of absorbed us. And actually, I haven't seen this yet, but I know that the whole Hoobastank stuff, because Jim worked with Hoobastank and helped them develop the Hoobastank album and stuff like that. And I don't know like how that all works, but I do know they just released a whole documentary that includes Jim Wirt, just to put that whole praise out. But he really absorbed us, and then he tossed in like a little 2 cents. What if you did this? What if you? And there was a couple times where we were like, no, what? I don't know if I hear that for sure. That makes me a little uncomfortable. He's like, well, just try it. So like, all right, let's do it. It's fucking Platinum Jim. We're gonna make this shit happen. So we did it, and I tell you what, there was nobody I've ever worked with that got a better vocal performance out of me. Like that guy really, he just
Great.
yeah, he just
He's got
heard
the
what
ear.
I
He's
had.
got the
yeah.
ear, and he's
He's like,
he
I know
knows
you
the
can do this.
direction.
Like I hear it. Like you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. And I went in there and fucking did it. And I
I
was
mean,
like,
you
oh,
did
shit.
all the lead vocals in one day.
all
Wow.
one day. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, all the, and then a second day to do harmonies and
Yeah.
whatnot. But yeah.
And that second
We
day was
spent
doing.
most of the time we spent was like, on guitars and stuff like that for that
Yeah.
session, That was
Yeah.
probably like 4 days or so.
Yeah. Guitars, bass, and then
bass
just
and
That's what I want out of my producer, man. We're about to work with Mike Brown over at Lava Room.
Lava Room. Yeah, I heard he just redid that.
Yeah, he
That-
just
it's
redid
a whole new entity
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah, we just we were just there yesterday, 2 days ago,
I
something
think it was
like
yesterday.
that. Yesterday, yeah, we went
Cool.
and toured there, and there's like another side to the business that is like the social media marketing.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole nother. So it's almost like a partnership over there with these two companies.
Like almost like a mini label. Kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So like we're gonna go in there and like basically guinea pig for them. So like because they don't have any work done yet, they need to build that portfolio because they just moved to this place in Independence from Beechwood.
I think I was talking to this guy. I swear to God.
Yeah, yeah. So he's like showing us the green room where they shoot the content and like all the like pro stuff. Like I know Lava Room's great anyway. So
Yeah, right.
So he's gonna be him and like one of his engineers gonna be working with us for these next series of singles. I don't think we're doing an album though.
No?
We're gonna do like 4 songs at a time.
Okay.
And then like release them like. I don't know.
Yeah.
He talked our ear off about like how important TikTok is right now if you want to like sell songs and
So
We have
all
3
that
in the
stuff.
can.
Yeah, we have 3 right now that we're doing that same. We're trying to do that same kind of thing with singles and stuff. We just like, I 100% have to admit, we fucking suck at social media.
Yeah.
We suck at it, and like even when we try, we suck at it. And it's
same
like,
with us. That's why I'm so excited to work with this guy. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a
going to be
brilliant-
included in the thing.
Oh,
is
it's
like
absolutely. That's what all like. To all you studios out there, you want to get more business, then invest in the artists you're recording. If they're good, if they're shit, if they're shit, and you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to make a quick buck because they want to record some stuff. I get it, but like people that like you think are really good, bring them in, tag up with them because we artists are ignorant. we suck at doing.
we just want to make music.
Yeah,
And
we just
we-
want to have
And I do really do want to. I want to be better at the business side of it. I just every time I get involved, I just suck at it, and I think it's just because I don't have enough of that like cutthroaty.
Instinct.
Yeah, right. I don't.
Yeah, I dread having to do that stuff, and then like so when I go into doing it, I have a half-assed attitude about it, and so it always comes out like not working out.
Half-assed. Yeah, we need to go full ass into it.
Put the
Both
whole
cheeks.
ass into it.
Both cheeks and the hole.
Yeah, all of the above and below.
You guys ever check out Steve-O's podcast?
No.
Is it great? I bet it's great.
It's great. He does it out of a van. He like
Oh,
drives around in
really?
a van, and then
He
they all
lives in
interview
the
in the back of
freaking
the van.
van.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
sick.
But he was all this ass talk. I was just like, he wants to do butt sumo is a sport that he came up with. So,
Does that
Just
work?
ramming butt cheeks
so
together.
this
or
is
what?
the all the kids at home earmuffs. It involves a double-ended dildo
Oh no.
and a sumo wrestling ring. You got to push the other person out, but you automatically lose if the dildo comes out of your ass.
Hey, you gotta be still
You're,
gonna
you're
play
ass
this.
to ass
This is.
No.
connected, and you got to push them out of the circle.
How
is
did we
it?
get here? I
I
think we were
can't
just
see this
talking about
taking off.
music like 2
I
seconds
can't
ago.
see this one taking off.
I can't see it coming out.
There's a very, there's a very, I don't want to see it coming out
Yeah.
or taking off or any of the above.
Or put in.
Oh,
He had a longer name, but he's like, I don't think that's catchy. We're just gonna go with butt sumo.
AAS instead of ASS, it's ass to
sumo?
ass sumo.
A sumo.
Yeah, AAS. I don't know. That's not good. That's not good.
Well, I derailed this one.
Yeah, let's find a new subject.
I don't know, man. I'm stuck
Russell
on it.
Jones, Jones Drones CLE, is a proud sponsor of
Oh,
our
he's like, oh, thanks
podcast.
for bringing me up after that bullshit.
If you like ass play,
If you love ass to ass with a dildo in between,
If you'd like to see it from any angle, Russell Jones is the guy to call.
wow, that is a good. Actually, that's a good plug. He's like, damn.
It's not just one good plug, it's two.
Because we were able to see it very clearly.
So,
man, these jokes insert themselves.
Yeah.
you gonna slide another one in there?
Yeah, Jason Myers.
We're sorry,
Executive.
guys.
Executive Director of Roots of American Music. Go to rootsofamericanmusic.org So check out their foundation. Make a donation if you can. They are putting music into the hands of kids that can't.
Kids with ass cancer. What? The heck is that?
Thank God that the average listening time is like 6 minutes on this show.
Well, they just missed the best part.
This will be the highlight reel.
All right, let's more about Jones Drones here too.
Well, I just heard we got canceled. This just in. All right, so Russell Jones, he's not only saving lives on the Cuyahoga River while he's flying his drones around, shooting stuff for the NBA All-Star Game
And Steve-O's podcast.
and Steve-O's podcast. He is currently teaching at Tiffin University. He started drone classes. They just did their first practices there. He's teaching people how to get their drone, the 107 license it's called, to be able to do commercial drone photography, which is way harder than I think it should be. I went and got my drone license, and there's a lot to it, but Russell Jones will guide you through.
Make sure you check out his YouTube channel and Instagram. It's unbelievable footage.
It is. It's really cool. Yeah, they used him for the NBA All-Star game where he was like shooting around the terminal tower and stuff. Very cool. But JonesDronesCLE.com is where to check him out.
He explained to me the importance of choosing the right song for your video too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song has 80% to do with it.
I think when he
for
was talking to
attention.
you, I overheard that. He was saying anything off this Chef's album
Yeah,
is
I believe
acceptable.
it. Yes.
Right on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Check it out yourself.
Please. Please. No.
We're
been
shouting
doing-
into the abyss.
We've been doing, yeah, we've been doing pretty good with it. We've had some decent hits. We've made it over the 1,000 marks on a lot of those songs, so it's kind of fun to see that. And of course, Spotify. It's so tough.
Spotify.
Buy merch.
Yeah.
Buy merch so they don't have
We
to rely
have-
on
we have
Spotify.
brand
We have
new
good
merch.
We have good stuff.
We have the stickers, which are new, but that'll come with your purchase. Whatever.
Yes,
We have
You can take
a
one
couple
from my
new
pedal case.
T-shirts we just made up.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. We have some ball caps. We have some sweatshirts. I have very limited thermals. We have some nice thermals that we got. And then we have one more shirt coming up here soon. But yeah, there's definitely some great new merch. So if you've been wearing the same awesome, and anybody who's bought a Myth and Company shirt in the
know.
past will tell you these shirts are freaking awesome. We invest and spend the extra few dollars to get like the nice shirts like that where it's
Yeah.
like fits
Stretchy,
nice. It like the nice
It's
heather
soft.
fits comfortable, soft, like it's already been worn. Fits, it's not a gilded,
stiff.
odd box look to you.
Yes.
So we
Yeah, we buy the ones we want.
yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
And where can we
Would
find
you
these
wear
at?
it?
Us.
Yeah.
Us.com.
Yeah, just
Mythiccompany.com.
mythiccompany.com. Message us.
yeah.
Hit us up on.
Hit us up.
Just hit us up. Send
We'll
me your
make it happen.
name. Give me shoot me
Venmo.
Venmo, whatever. Hit us up and shoot me your name on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. Email us. Say, hey, I want. We're gonna shoot out some pictures here this week with some of the new merch. I want this blue shirt and that black cap, or you can get the blue shirt and the blue hat that match. Hello, flawless.
Match your merch.
Yeah. Look fleet. And we'll make it happen. We'll send it to you for free. Add $5 to it, and we'll send it to you. Not for free. I can't afford that. I got kids to feed.
Got braces to pay
Add
for.
$5. Add
Anywhere in-
$5.
yeah,
We'll send it
around-
anywhere in the world. How about that?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it costs like $60 to ship something overseas. You ever shipped anything overseas?
No.
You got
It's
any stuff you got to
ridiculous.
ship to Italy? I'm going there in like 2 weeks.
Dude,
so
I
I'll
got
bring it for you.
so awesome little thing. I have this guy, Choreo Tool.
Sounds made up.
Guess where he's from?
Where's that?
Ireland. Come
Yes.
on, Choreo Tool. Where the what? No, he's not Indian. He's Irish. O'Toole. It doesn't get any more Irish than
Sounds
that.
Japanese to me.
So Choreo Tool. I bought a bass off this
Oh,
guy.
yeah, this
This awesome
Ibanez.
Ibanez, and it's
What,
like a
78?
78. I think it's 78. Great Ibanez. The thing is fucking heavy. It's like
Yeah.
11 pounds. It's
It looks
crazy.
like an alembic or something. You know,
Yeah.
it's like really
It's-
crafted well.
It's actually like one of the first releases that Ibanez released that wasn't like a part of
copy?
the copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like one of their originals. And the guys, I can't even remember the real famous Japanese maker. He's the one who like started working
Hattori
with
Hanzo.
Aria and building like the Aria guitars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this guy and another real famous Japanese builder, they
O'Toole.
teamed up. Yeah, O'Toole. They teamed up. They were the guys that they built these Ibanezes back in the day. So it's very similar to an Alembic and stuff like that, or like an Aria or whatever.
Yeah, really
Very in that line.
thick sounding. It sounds huge.
Yeah,
massive bass.
the old Japanese stuff is I mean, the
Oh my
new
gosh.
Japanese stuff is fantastic too. But yeah, like they build good stuff.
Hell yeah.
So the crazy thing is, so we started talking, and kind of built a friendship off of it. And so I was like, I'm gonna send this guy some of my stuff, a sweatshirt. It's Ireland, so it's like always rainy and 60 degrees. You gotta get a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And so I probably have $40-$50 worth of merch in this box, right? Just some stuff, a little bit of things from Ohio, whatever. Because when he sent the bass, he sent some like Irish candies that were from Ireland. So I sent him stuff from Ohio. Dude, it was like $100, $120
Shoo.
to ship this box of stuff. And the best part is like when it got over there. First off, he doesn't have a house address. They just have like the street and like another street that's close to him. And he goes, "Yeah, the mail carrier. They know my name. They know who I am." I'm like, that's insane to me. Like that's how like awesome this area. I think it's there's only probably maybe a dozen houses on the street. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But like no, he's literally doesn't have a house number. I just live on this street and they know my name. How awesome is that? So, but yeah, so
simple.
shipping
Yeah,
things
that sounds
overseas
great.
is ridiculously expensive. It's like I said, it was like triple what the stuff cost. I was like, well, Merry Christmas, dude. I hope you get in time, and he did. He got in time.
That's cool.
They tried to charge him tax or like
Yeah, what they call it, VAT or something.
whatever.
like
But
that.
he's
Yeah.
like, these aren't purchased goods. Like this was a gift.
Yeah.
And so I told him, he's like, can you write me an email so I can show my postal service that this was a gift? And so I wrote in there like some Karen. I was like, you tell that mean old postal service that they can pound salt or whatever. I was like, that was a gift for my dear friend, whatever. I was like trying to be all stupid about it, like ambiguous, but like saying basically like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Cause this guy some trouble, charging him $40 in tax for some crap that cost $40,
Yeah.
But it all worked out. He didn't have to pay tax. They never came back to him.
Well, we're running out of time, and we don't know a lot about you guys, so it's going to be a little bit of a lightning round.
Lightning
Yeah.
round.
go.
All right.
All right, cool. First off,
Guinness.
where'd the band name come from?
I can't do that. That's not lightning. That's
I mean, it's really just just kind of the idea. Like myth is like
the entity of music.
and the company is just the people who are
In the
around.
picture.
Yeah.
It's the crowd. It's the artist. It's everything. Myth and company. It's whatever's gonna happen to make myth happen. The moment, that entity. That's what Myth and Company is.
Cool, nice. Cool. Let me get like 3 to 5 top influences from Corey.
Cody.
Cody.
Corey's. It's funny. Corey is. That's legit. It
I
happens.
get that. I get that.
all
I
the
get
time.
Corey more than I get Cody. I must look like one. But
He's such a Corey.
I mean, like top influences. I mean, like my influences it all depends on where I'm at in the year and stuff like that. I mean, like some of my staple guys are
Like
like
your formative years. Like,
like Hendrix. You got all the classic guys. Hendrix. I liked a lot of like Buddy Holly. Chuck Berry, AC/DC. Zeppelin. Like a lot of like stuff from like. And I like a lot of like older blues stuff. Like I listen to a lot of like Delta blues, a lot of Charlie Patton, Son House. So it's like I got a really odd different variety of music.
Cool. What'd you think of that Delta Cream album by Black Keys?
The Black Keys, that was sick, dude. That was pretty cool.
You
yeah.
ever seen him perform those songs with those
No, I
legend
have
guys?
not.
Cool.
No.
Check that
Yeah,
out.
I'll have to. Is they got on YouTube?
That's
Right
your
on.
YouTube recommendation, Evan?
Yeah, YouTube Live. I mean,
Alright.
Black Keys Live.
All right.
closest thing to
Delta
it.
Cream. So,
Yeah, right on.
Did Zach Sabbath at the Beachland. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that was
fun.
a sick
That was a
show.
loud show.
That was super loud. My
Zach
one
Sabbath.
ear.
With
Zach Wild
doing
Okay.
Black
playing
Sabbath.
Black
Cool.
Sabbath songs.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him sit in with Max Sabbath.
Max.
Have you seen Max Sabbath?
No,
You guys-
but they're coming to town.
all right.
And I do want to see
Okay.
them.
Every couple years.
Yeah, they do come around.
Yeah, they're about to be here. If
Dude,
not,
can we get
yeah.
Max Sabbath on the podcast? I don't know if we
Maybe,
have room
yeah.
at the table.
No, we'd have to shoot it at the Beachland because they got to be in costume.
They have to. 100%.
Yeah, that's wild. That's yeah.
All right, influences from Nick.
I don't know. I mean, I've always been drawn to like the Pink Floyd stuff. Obviously, like the Chili Peppers, bass driven is always a thing. You can't not appreciate Flea and all the work he does. Although I suck at slap bass, I absolutely suck. I try to emulate it with like a pick. If there's a certain song that calls for it, I get those kind of things pulled back on it. I really just try to. It's weird because like vocally, I felt like I really found more of my niche. Listen to more pop and like that Sia, that whatever 10,000 Forms of Fear, or whatever that album with the chandelier and all that stuff on it. I would listen to that over and over, try to really emulate things she was doing because it was so. To me, it was so big. It was bigger than pop, and it was a pop album, but I mean, it was bigger than that.
See ya.
Yeah, Sia, yeah.
Cool.
So very odd stuff, but I mean everything. I try to find little niches of everything. It's really what, again, like he kind of said. So what the song. Well, not only where you're at in the time of year and stuff like that, but for me, it's like what the song calls for. I'll listen to different stuff to try to get myself closer to what the song might be calling for. And if you listen to this Chef's album, you'll hear there's stuff that's like Marley-ish, with blowing and stuff like that. That's a little bit like. Maybe not so much Marley, but more white guy reggae. Like the movement and stuff like that. And then there's also stuff that's like Deep Purple or with the Glenn Hughes.
Yeah, the Glenn Hughes.
Talk about bassists and awesome vocalists. You listen to, oh my gosh. Black Country Communion, right? And
Yeah, they
the song
rock.
off the track, third
Sanctity.
song, Sanctity, thank you. Sanctity on the album. That's definitely influenced by that Black Country Communion idea. So it has Joe Bonamassa, Bonham's on it.
Yeah, Jason Bonham, Derek Shrinian.
The keyboardist, and then Glenn Hughes. So it's like a power band, and they, I like it because Joe Bonamassa singing and then Glenn Hughes singing. There's like that just awesome different dynamic to it, right? But they're both super soulful in different ways, and so I really wanted to emulate that idea, but it's just me. So if you listen to the song, you literally hear one line where I'm singing more open and singing it, and then there's other times, the very next line, I'm singing more nasally to create that more Glenn Hughes kind of rock soul.
When I hear
opposed
the
to blues
rasp,
soul.
when I hear the rasp in your voice, I hear like when Clapton gets grit in his voice. I hear a lot of that.
That's sick.
Who Jim was talking about? Oh my gosh, from the Who? Roger Daltrey.
Daltrey?
He's like, dude, I hear Roger Daltrey, and that was like probably the coolest compliment I ever got because that was like somebody I've never even been compared to, and like he created this. He helped me find a whole nother level of vocal stuff that for me, and I was like there, and I didn't realize it, and he helped me realize where I was at, and that Roger Daltrey and stuff like that, the Who, and those are all huge influences. But again, it's kind of what the song needs. Whatever I'm visually seeing and then physically hearing and all that stuff, it all comes together.
Cool. Top Cleveland bands you guys like to play with?
I mean, Among the Willows is one of them. You know, they're
Holland Kings.
Holland
Holland Kings. I used to coach them in wrestling.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Those are two top-notch bands.
Max went.
you know?
He went out to Florida or something. He just
Yeah.
moved to Florida, I think.
I think he's back now.
Is he?
Yeah, because they've been playing. They've got a show coming up.
I
Who
know
are they
he,
opening
he
for?
travels back and forth.
Wellesley Arms.
Yeah,
Wesley Arms.
Yeah, they're
cool
opening
group.
for them.
Yeah, great group. They're right out of Shaker Heights or something. Or I know one of them's out of Shaker Heights.
Yeah, they're Cleveland. Yeah.
And they blew up. They
based
had a song on like a what was it like?
Tarantino movie.
Yeah, something, and they just fucking
Yeah,
blew
yeah.
up.
It's awesome.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have Holland Kings in here at the
Yeah.
end of the year.
Holland
Nice,
Kings,
right
those
on, man.
guys.
They sound so good.
They
The
do.
drummer lost his keys. We did a gig with them, and
Nate, yeah.
he all of a sudden lost his keys, and we found him like a month later. And he's like, "Oh, thank you." We met up. I met up with him. He's like, "Thank God."
One of your gear bags or something?
No,
That's
it
fallen
actually he must have tossed him onto a subwoofer, and it just kind of shook off and fell. Somehow fell in this crack that everybody had looked, and nobody
Yeah.
saw. And then one day just maybe rattled out behind from under the speaker. I don't know what the fuck happened, but all of a sudden I know that
there.
about a month and a half, 2 months later, we found the keys, and we're like, holy shit.
Nice.
So
I had sold him a drum kit he was playing for a little bit. It was a monster Yamaha kit from like 81, but it was bottom sizes, 26-inch
Sick, yeah.
kick, big 14 by 12 rack toms, 16
Oh,
and
yeah.
18 floors. It was a cool kit.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
he's got, I think he's still playing he had a Red Sparkle Ludwig kit that he
Okay.
got that's really nice.
I know your drummer's recovering, but how about plans for upcoming shows or plans for the future? What's next for you guys?
December 2nd, we play
Wits
at
End.
Wits End in Willoughby, North Willoughby, right on Lakeshore Lost Nation. We have a awesome Ramones tribute that's going to open up for us.
Cool.
And like they look the part and play the part. They are legit. So that'll be a good show.
What's their
we
name?
Holy crap!
That's
I-
all right. If you
it's
don't
not
have it,
holy
if you don't
crap.
have it off the top of your head,
I don't
it's
know it
cool,
off the
but,
top of my
you know,
head,
yeah.
but these guys are a great time, and then we have a couple other special guests that we'll have up through the evening and playing with us. So it's kind of like just a little bit of a free for all with that night. It'll be a fun time. And then again, we just got a whole bunch of new merch. We're about to just literally just put up some new posts for that this week. We have some new videos that we've been posting for the last couple months, all live takes of some of the songs from Chef album. I think we did one tune from On the Road,
Yeah,
Personal, which is kind of like a fan favorite. We like to play out live. And then we did that Black Keys Next Girl. We did that. So those are on YouTube. You can check out Myth and Company on there. And then we have 3 new songs that will be released come the new year. I just don't want. We're gonna release them in November and so on as it progresses. But I was like, I don't want to battle with the holidays. People are putting Christmas music on, and I was like, to release something right now, I feel like just wouldn't really cut into anybody's normal day of listening to some new stuff. So I felt like,
December
after.
sucks for that, man.
Yeah, I really do.
Christmas music's evil.
Yeah, this is pure.
There's
It's
a
just
good
pure
stretch
evil.
though that's like right in between Christmas and New Year's because you get a lot of people that take that time off and they're just scrolling through YouTube and scrolling through Spotify.
That's not a bad idea. We can maybe adjust some things and throw one out then. But
It's all
we
in
always
the
think
works.
like the New Year, people start doing their like New Year, like new me. So we're like, yeah, New Year, new you, and new us for you. Like, let us join your life. That's what it is. So yeah, we kind of got that stuff lined up. This year we're gonna start trying to really jump on some of those more festival kind of things. I'd like to be on some of those bigger bills.
Yeah, we're
there's
just trying to build and just.
there's a lot of those bills like with like One Yama and all that stuff that are just always real big bills. They're fun to play, and we'd like to be on some of that stuff. So we're gonna start shooting to
Do a
make
little
that
bit
happen.
different. Yeah.
Cool.
We just by the way, if you need if you have the desire to be a band manager, there's always a great 10% in it for you. So the bigger you make the bill,
Booking
the
agent.
bigger you get paid. I was laughing because people are like, oh, you guys need to be famous. Oh, you guys need to be signed. What the hell are you doing here? And make it happen. I'll give you 10%. You make it happen. No, I don't want the money. I'm gonna reach out to so and so. I don't want the money. I'm like, and then I know you're not real.
It's work.
When
I
has
mean,
anybody ever said,
We'll
oh,
pay. We'll pay.
it's work, man.
Hey,
Like,
I'ma
the
build
band
that-
the band managers that make money, man.
you know that dream house you want, though? You know, Evan, you know that dream house you want? I'll build it for you. You don't have to worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. I'm gonna build it for you.
You're gonna build me a
Nobody's
beach house
ever
in
gonna.
Costa
Nobody's
Rica?
ever do that. Nobody does that. Yeah, exactly. Nobody does that. So that's why I'm like, money talks. So what are you talking about? You don't want the money. That just tells me you're full of crap. So if you can make it happen, make it happen. If you like what you hear off of chefs and other stuff, make it happen for us, and we'll make it happen for you. Just scratch your back, I'll scratch your whatever.
Hey, man, we're
Oh,
trying.
yeah, we'll go. help me help you.
All right, last question.
Last question. We need a recommendation for either a YouTube channel to check out, a TV show, or a movie, like TV show series.
If you haven't checked it out, it's been out for a couple of years. I think it came out 2020 or 2021. Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. It's like kind of horror based. I don't know if you guys seen it.
I haven't.
I read the book.
scrolled past it earlier this week.
Dude.
while I was looking at horror
I
movies.
read
The
the book
best. It's-
2 weeks ago.
Did
Read
you?
The book, yeah.
Yeah, you read the book 2 weeks. I didn't know it was a book.
Yeah,
Either
it's
way,
from the 50s.
You listened to the book, you mean?
No, I read it.
Oh, all right.
I read and
Oh.
listened. I do both. I
Oh,
read
nice.
and
it's
listen.
conflicting.
It was right next to the mulching machine at the library.
Yeah, it's like it's like I like the book itself. Like the purchase, it was like 99 cents. So I'm like, why not?
No, but legit, it's probably to me, it's the best written story. Definitely put out in a series in the best way. They didn't try to extend it out to create more. What is it? The whole nuke the fridge, jump the shark idea. They got the point done, and that was it. Sorry, we don't need to make that happen anymore. Like, they did the story. They told the story. They made it happen. And it's like, dude, it's freaky. And I wanted to put it on again just the other day because it showed up on Netflix. They're talking about like Halloween watches, right? And my wife's like, you know what? That one really fucked with my head. I'm like, no, it's so good.
That's
It's
a great
so
endorsement for a horror movie.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's just an awesome show. I think it's like only 10 episodes
the
or
house
something.
that's haunted, the hill that's
Haunting
haunted.
a Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
Yep.
House on Haunted Hill.
No,
It's
Right.
it's the same.
based off the same book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The House on Haunted Hill is a totally different plot, but it's based off the same book.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just like
That
a lot
was
of
my
those.
first date with my wife. We went and
Really?
saw that on Halloween. I was
Yeah.
dressed like Axl Rose.
Totally different story, but
Yeah, definitely. You won't. It does not give you the same vibes.
Yeah.
This was definitely, no offense to the movie, far better done. But yeah, that was a series that I would highly recommend to everybody.
Cool. And I mean, you can recommend a book if you.
I mean, yeah, I do. I don't watch a lot of shows, but books. Like I just got I was just finished Frankenstein a few weeks ago, and for the time of year, it's perfect. I haven't read that. I read it in high school, and it was like whatever.
Yeah.
But like to actually read it as like an adult and absorb it the book itself is like amazing. It's a
read that
great
a-
story.
Read it a couple years ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's
great.
so good. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
and it's not like the movie or not, and it's nothing like that. But it's so like, it inflect. I don't know. It's just really great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that about wraps it up.
Yeah, man, I don't want to talk about Steve-O anymore.
Buttholes.
Hoping that didn't come back up.
Butthole surfers. Hey, how about those guys? No, just. Well,
Right
cheers,
on.
you guys. I really
All right.
appreciate y'all having
Yeah,
us.
much.
Oh, thanks for
Yeah,
coming
thanks,
on.
Smith and Company,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, been on my radar ever since I bumped into you in Heinens during the pandemic.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I'm not at Mayfield Village anymore, so I'm over at Shaker Heights. So if you need some good meat cut, Shaker Heights Heinens, what an awesome company. They got a lot of great product, awesome stories for all their product. Meat department is bar none. I mean, there's nobody even that can't
Oh,
compare. Yeah, nobody can compare the stuff we're doing.
I still shop Instacart and I'll take Heinens orders over anyway.
Yeah, watch it. Instacart stuff, though, man. They just get whatever they get to make your order happen. Yeah, come in. Gotta
Oh
come in.
no, I go the extra mile, like as a shopper, like
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the meat.
Oh yeah. Tell them exactly what you need.
Well, if I wouldn't get it for myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just watch that. Because they just don't care. They grab whatever, and they say that sometimes. This is the thing I run into. They say, "Oh, we don't have it. We had it. You just didn't see it." Nor did you ask anybody. And there's always people around, but it's neither here nor there.
It's not that hard to find. You guys have it pretty
Pretty obvious.
organized.
Yeah,
you know.
categorized, whatever, organized, all of the above.
Well, Heinen's presents the Cuyahoga Sound.
Yeah,
Yes,
we talked to somebody about Heinen's for like 20 minutes last month, didn't we?
Sick.
dude, it's
Dave
legit.
Katz, yeah.
Who was it?
Dave Katz, he's in a band called Acoustic Hookah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, I know
yeah.
Acoustic Hookah for sure. Yeah.
For sure. All right, Myth and Company.
Well,
Thanks
cheers,
again for
guys.
coming in.
Right on, right
Cheers. I'm out, but
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
should have done the bourbon.
the lead slingers.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, for Cuyahoga Sound Podcast, I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Peace.
And we are Myth and Company.
No one cares.